Hey guys, Mike's getting Greasy Garage. Feeling better today, so I made it over here to the shop and uh, trying to find things I can do that I don't have to stand on my leg for a long period of time. So started working on the 4.8 LS turbo motor for the $1,000 auto. I got the block and crank back from the machine shop finally. Um, so standard bore pistons, stock rings. I had taken the rings off before, regapped them. With the turbo, you need to open up the gap so the ring ends don't butt together. They'll slam together. They'll break the ring lands or they'll break the piston. And so the first time I put it together, I took them off and regapped them, put them back on, put the motor together. Well, so with the uh, main journals being too tight, I had to pull everything back apart, hence the machine work. And I decided to, because everything's been sitting in boxes, apart, and I want to make sure there's no dust or debris. Go ahead and pull the rings back off, make sure everything's clean, put the rings back on after I check the gaps, and I got down to the second to the last one. Wouldn't you know it, I broke a ring. Now, if this was an overboard motor, 20, 30, 60, whatever overboard, wouldn't be a problem trying to find rings. But nobody has standard rings in stock that, now I say in stock, that I can get within the confines of this week. Like today's Tuesday, that I could have by Friday. Everybody's next week or longer. A lot of places I checked locally didn't have them, didn't even know when they could get them. And so ended up found a set on eBay that's 4 days out. So hopefully by Saturday I'll have them. I can get this thing back together. That is the problem with these LSs. Is the factory rings are pretty brittle, so and having already taken them off the pistons once and trying to get away with it the second time, I knew it was risky. So if you're building a turbo motor on a budget and you're playing with these rings, be very, very careful. It just, you know takes a second, and that's where you're at. So I can't justify just buying rings for one piston, because as it is, I'm gonna have to regap them. That's not a big deal. It's just time. Um, and so I'll go ahead and pull pistons back off, put new rings in it. The cylinders have been honed, so fresh hone job, new rings that are properly gapped to be an even better motor. So just lesson learned when playing with used rings, especially LS rings. Be careful, because be like me trying to get this thing done on a timeline and well, can't get it. So it makes the guy kind of miss the pre-COVID days when you could find engine parts just anywhere, and it's not that case nowadays. So nothing real mechanical in this video other than that. These are the stock LS 4.8 pistons. This is a truck motor, so um, you know, play with fire. Sometimes you get burnt. Oh wait, that was my leg. So anyway, guys, not a lot today. Um, I'm no engine builder extraordinaire, so I didn't bother to video, putting the motor together. Um, if you want to know how to put an LS together, there's a lot of better videos, and I highly recommend this book. Backwards on the screen, I know, but you get the gist of it. Essay Designs book. That's what I use, just kind of as a guidelines. Because years of putting small block jobs together, this LS motor is a whole different monkey. The other thing I want to talk about with it is the ARP main studs. Great product. Um, for me, it adds a lot more work than using the stock bolts, but performance motor, so it is what it is. Uh, ARP has their own ways that they want you to do things with their product. I understand that. It just to me it adds time, and the torque procedures are in steps, and then when you have basically 30 bolts to hold the main caps in an engine, it takes a while. It's not like an old four bolt main 350 Chevy where you get your torque wrench out and you go to steps of three to the final torque sequence. Boom, you're done. Move on to the next thing. So you know, modern motors, modern problems, I guess. But this thing's coming along. Um, really excited to get it done, get it in the truck, take it for a spin, get it back to the owner. It's been a long, ongoing, drawn out project that wasn't my fault, wasn't the owner's fault. And in some ways, it was a machine shop. Uh, but machine shops are going out of business all over, and so they're getting less and less. And so we're stuck with the ones that are still open, and you have to deal with their issues, understaffed, overworked, um, and they're dealing with part shortages just like the rest of us that play with this stuff. So in my case, they told me my block was fine. Ends up it wasn't. It goes there, it sits there for months. They finally get a new manager. They get it corrected, and I'm not going to give their name out. I'm not going to badmouth them because realistically, I only have a couple of choices, and I'm on the outskirts of a big metropolitan area and only have access to a couple of machine shops. One is this shop. The other is a shop that I don't know the machinists. I don't know their work. I don't know their reputation, their quality. Um, you know. So anyway, guys, that's all I got for today. I'm sure you're getting tired of seeing my ugly mug and want to actually see some car parts. So you got to see a piston. That's the car part. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support for the channel. I especially appreciate the patience while I went through my little health stuff here. You know, when uh, when you can't breathe and can't walk, it's hard to make YouTube videos in the shop. But my next video will be on the Fairlane and the next step on it. So we'll get moving on it some more. All right, guys, that's all I got for today. We'll see you in the next one.